All right, well, hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what your next CPU should be, and specifically in the Ryzen lineup, the 3700X, 3800X, and if you need to jump up to that Ryzen 9 39 or 3950. So before I get into it, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. The channel's growing and I appreciate it a lot. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so before you guys get your panties in a bunch here, I just want to say I did actually get a Ryzen 7 3700X. Why did I do that? Well, I've been doing a lot of research, and yes, I want the 3950X. Hands down, that would be my choice, but I don't always get to make that choice, and I'm sure you guys don't always get to choose exactly what you want. You do have to make sacrifices, and I think we had a similar scenario with the Ryzen 5 2600 and 2600X. That's kind of what I want to talk about and why I chose this particular one. If you notice, between the 3700X and the 3800X, there's maybe about a 5 to 6% performance increase. The price is like a 20% increase. Now, if you're a performance monster and you really need that extra, maybe it's worth it. But at the end of the day, with only about a 6% increase in performance, I'm not gonna spend 20% more. If you were to talk about the 3900 or 3950X, where you're seeing 20–30% more performance, hands down, absolutely, I'm gonna spend the extra amount, especially when it comes to multi-thread capability. So for all you gamers out there, you probably aren't too worried about which one you're gonna get. You may even be looking at some of the Ryzen 5 3600s or the 3600X, and I'll say that's a pretty sweet spot if you're only gaming. But if you are streaming and you're doing a lot of encoding with streaming, you're probably looking at the 3700X and the 3800X. So today I'm gonna kind of do a little test run here on this guy. I'm not gonna go dive deep. I personally wanna know what the experience is like so I can show you guys. But all I'm gonna do today is just install this into the computer, maybe get some base values for you guys to check out, but show the process, show the unboxing, and go from there. But at the end of the day, I think many of you will do exactly what I did, which is, hey, is it worth going from the 3700 to the 3800? And in most cases, I'm gonna tell you probably not. Again, going back to the performance gains that you get with the 3800X is just not as good as the extra money you're spending. And unless you need that extra oomph, you probably don't really need the 3800X, and you may actually benefit from going up to the Ryzen 9. So without further ado, let's break down my computer. I don't even have it fired up yet because honestly, I didn't want to mess around on my computer and have to shut it all down and then let all the power out, all that good stuff. So let's just dive in. I'm gonna take apart this computer. We're gonna pop in the new chip. We're gonna test it out. And I wanna say, this is gonna result in a few new videos. So I've got about 3 to 4 videos lined up, and I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. The first one is obviously this, just kind of a first impressions dry run of the 3700X and why I chose to do that. The second is going to be an install guide on the NZXT Kraken X53 240mm all-in-one cooler, as well as a second video, part 2 of that video, where we do some benchmarks, performance, and we're gonna do versus the Castle 240EX, the deep cool, so we can see which one is kind of the better performance. So I'm gonna keep the deep cool on here. The third is gonna be a full build guide tutorial with a brand new 2020 PC. So we're gonna kind of do the best you can get for a certain dollar amount and why we chose that, and then show me building that PC so you guys can follow along. I will have a build guide with that, as well as a kind of a time-lapse explanation video. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this series of PC videos. So if there's something that you want to know about this particular CPU, or just kind of 2020 PCs in general, whether it's price, performance, what you should get, put it in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer that to the best of my ability, and maybe I can even add it in to the video so you get to see it firsthand. All right, so I'm gonna use NZXT Cam, take a look at these temps. I'm at 43, 44, spiked to 52. I'll be 100% honest, I didn't apply thermal paste to the best of my ability. Could have done way better. That being said, I'm just gonna run a stress test just once, see how it turns out. And I may have to reapply this thermal paste, but we're at 57 degrees under load, and I've got a really light load. So 37, 27, that's what to beat. Let's see what we get here. Look at that, wow. 4659, I have literally not overclocked or tuned this CPU, and automatically I'm getting a 25% increase over the Ryzen 7 2700 for about 30% more of the price. So I think I could eke out about another 5%. I could probably get this to 5,000, no problem. I am about 90% certain I can do that. Okay, so I mean, this is great. 3700X out of the box, phenomenal. Again, 25% of an increase from the 2700. Now, there is the 2700X, probably just barely ekes out over the 2700. Plus, I had my 2700 clocked to the max. I mean, I went in, I overclocked and messed with those settings 3-4 times at least, with little bits of tweaks in between. So it was probably pushing out the best performance it could have at the 3727 on Cinebench R20. So again, back to the performance per dollar, I really do think these 3700X is the sweet spot, and I could probably even say that over the 3600X, unless you're exclusively gaming. If you're streaming, if you're encoding any type of video, this is the processor you're gonna wanna look at for performance to value. If value is of no concern to you and you just want the best, then look at the 3950X. But again, we've got some great videos coming up surrounding 2020 PC builds, some new parts from NZXT, some new cases that I haven't had the chance to check out, all-in-one coolers. We've got a lot of good stuff that we're gonna be covering, you guys, so stay tuned. And as always, I appreciate you guys. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button and definitely subscribe. Share it with all your friends so they can check out what we're doing here. And until the next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.